right, it's Halloween, and that means two things become really important: candy and costumes. And unlike candy that's measured in its quantity, your costume is all about its quality. How much does it reflect your personality? How detailed is it? And how jealous are your friends going to be when they see you in it? And with all of the great cosplay stuff that's going on and the detail poured into costumes anymore, there's one thing that I don't understand: the sexy costume. And I'm not talking about sexy costumes that were intended to be sexy, kind of like Wonder Woman or Chippendales dancers. No, I'm talking about all of the sexy stormtroopers and sexy firefighters that are invading Halloween parties around the world. Now, sexy costumes may be all well and good for some people, but I have a huge problem with it. As if stormtroopers didn't have enough problems by not being able to shoot straight, now we're going to add insult to injury by giving them half a uniform while they wait to die in the Death Star. Sexy costumes take something that's completely practical and turns it into a complete waste of space. I mean, if you were trapped in a burning building, which of these two would you want to rescue you? Okay, don't answer that. The point here is that nothing ever turns out the way that it's supposed to if you're not going to use it for its original intended purpose, especially if you're just looking for the sexy version. Take, for example, the ancient Hebrew story of Joseph, for example. Joseph's sold as a slave to a man named Potiphar, who winds up using him as a business manager over all that he owns. And Joseph turns out to be some sort of a prodigy, kind of like Mark Zuckerberg or Stewie Griffin. Everything he touches turns into a gold mine. That is, until Mrs. Potiphar decides to screw it up. See, Mrs. Potiphar is kind of the ancient version of a Kardashian. No, I'm not happy with the truckloads of money that you're piling up on my back door. That money needs to have my face printed on it. See, Mrs. Potiphar isn't happy with normal Joseph. She wants sexy Joseph. And after a few rounds of teasing and that sort of thing, Joseph finally has to inform her, "I'm sorry, Mrs. Potiphar, you are not a mother that I would like to fool around with." This eventually leads to her utter humiliation, and Joseph winds up moving on to bigger and better things. See, not everything's supposed to have a sexy version. Most things and people are perfectly fine just the way that they are, and there's a lot to be said for being content and normal. The majority of the world is extremely normal, and it's beautiful in its simplicity and its practicality. So please, can we ditch the sexy costumes and stop taking completely normal and happy things and making them grossly impractical? I guarantee if we do it, you'll be a lot happier.